It's 2012, and according to many fanatic people, the Mayans have said that the world as we know it will cease to be at the end of the year. I'm not an expert, but I will say that that concept made for a terrible movie. We're not the ancient Mayans. We can't predict what's going to happen at the end of the year, and they may have not been able to as well. It seems, though, that the Mayans may have had a thing for destroying the world. We can't confirm the end of the world in 2012, but if you're up for stopping some evil demons from escaping Mayan ruins and taking the whole world over, then dust off your NES and practice your puzzle-solving skills. This is Tombs and Treasure for the NES. Originally released in Japan for many different computer systems, Tombs and Treasure was translated and released on the NES in 1991. You play as two young students, a boy and a girl, who have decided to spend their summer vacation trying to find the girl's father, who's gone missing in the ruins of a Mayan city while conducting research. You get some direction from the professor's notes and his old guy Jose at the beginning, but for the most part you'll be largely on your own, and that can be very frustrating. From monsters and demons that have escaped the ruins, betrayal, and inescapable rooms, Tombs and Treasure has a good recipe for a game that is both fun and engaging, but really damn hard at the same time. Tombs and Treasure will put your puzzle-solving skills to the test. When you enter a new ruin, you'll most likely not be able to advance very far at first. You'll need to gather artifacts, treasures, and other objects in order to solve the puzzles and gain access to new areas. Tombs and Treasure on the surface seems like your run-of-the-mill adventure game. Go to the ruin, collect a key or jewel, use it in another ruin, and that's it, at first. But Tombs and Treasure really isn't a run-of-the-mill adventure game. Sometimes you'll need a fresh pair of eyes on any situation. And that doesn't mean ask a friend to come look at a puzzle for you or try to help you out. You can change who you're controlling and have that character perform an action better suited for them. For example, the guide can move heavy objects, the girl can play the music, and the guy, well, he can hit his head on walls. Exploring the tombs takes place in a very MacVenture game-like style. You view the ruin through a small window with a menu of commands on the side and conversation descriptions and everything else on the bottom. Some of the commands are kind of silly. The wash command, for example, will only get used a few times, and there's also a command just for putting items in another object. You know, because making that part of the use command would have complicated things, I guess. But in all honesty, the interface works out very well, even if the game makes it a lot easier to tell what you can interact with by forcing your cursor to certain objects. It makes things easier, sure, but it takes away from that charm of interacting with just about everything in the screen like you could in Uninvited or the other MacVenture games. But Tombs and Treasure isn't like every other adventure game. There's a cool little trick the game creators put into the game to prevent you from beating it too quickly, or at least getting too far too quickly, and that's the battle system. Almost every tomb has a nasty demon you'll have to destroy, and you quickly learn where you shouldn't be when you get your butt kicked in one hit from a monster. It's the world's most simple battle system. You'll mash the fight command over and over again until there's an outcome. There's no healing, there's no strategy. If you find yourself on the ropes, just run away, come back and try again later. Overall, if you're a fan of the MacVenture series or of point-and-clicks in general, you might find a few hours of fun gameplay in Tombs and Treasure. If you don't like puzzle solving, you don't like a super simplistic battle system, maybe you just have a big problem with the Mayans, you may want to skip this one. It's a long game if you don't know what you're doing, but it's a fun one as well. Sadly, there's no talk of world-ending predictions, but if you can stop the demons in Tombs and Treasure, you may be able to survive the end of the world this year.